Howdy folks, I'm Dewey Dewberries, dourly debating dastardly daisies.
I'm Amber.
And here are more dastardly daisies for us to debate. Why? Why not? Let's get started. Alright folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a jerk for refusing to be my sister's babysitter and putting her job at risk after she called me a deadbeat mom? Am I the jerk? I feel very stuck on what to do or if I overreacted. I'm a 24-year-old female, and I have an older sister, a 33-year-old female. I had my sons really young, at 15 and 18, with my ex-boyfriend. My sister was already out of the house when I had my youngest, so she didn't do any childcare. Not that I expected her to, it's just important context. I'm really lucky to say that my ex is a very involved father, and we have an equal co-parenting schedule that we decided out of court. We do 1 month on and 1 month off. We live in the same city, so this doesn't impact their schooling, and we've been doing it since we broke up when we were 18. I understand that a month is a long time, but during this time that they're away, I still see them by taking them to the park, doing drop-offs, movie and dinner nights, and even sleepovers, where they'll stay the night, and their dad does the same, so it's not like during that month there's no contact. We also do nightly FaceTimes. I do love it. It gives me time to relax and be child-free. Hang out with my boyfriends and friends spontaneously. Even go out of town if I want. I still get to live as a young adult, and so does my ex, which is why we agreed to the schedule at all. It raised controversy if I mention it to other moms because they always say they can never go away from their children for so long, and makes me feel like a bad mom because I have been doing all kinds of fun stuff during my month off. It's why I don't really mention it often to other moms. Anyways, my older sister just welcomed her first baby last year and it was amazing. We aren't the closest because of the age gap, but it did bring us closer. Her husband and her separated a few months after his birth, and she's been doing all of it all alone ever since. With the job market how it is, it took her months to even land an interview, but she finally got a job. Sadly, childcare in our area is $2,000 a month, and she can't afford it, so either the paternal grandmother or I watch him during the week. Our mom would do it, but she had to return to work last year to pay the bills that she can't. Luckily for me, I had my mom to watch the boys when I was underage, and when I moved out, but I don't have to worry about childcare right now since I work from home and my boys are in school now. I don't mind watching my nephew. My sister goes in at 6 and gets off at 2, so it doesn't take up much of my day, and I usually do it 2 or 3 times a week, so it's not too consistent. On Thursday, when my sister dropped off my nephew, she had to go downstairs because she forgot his diaper bag and left her purse and phone behind. I live in the 8th floor, so she was gone for around 5 minutes. When she left, her phone rang, and since it was our mom, I answered to say hello. During the call, I see a notification pop up of someone liking a message that my sister sent. It said, "Crazy how she can watch my son for me, but when it comes to hers, she just doesn't care." I could never go to Jamaica to celebrate a man's birthday when I could be with my kids instead. Deadbeat moms are worse than dads. It shocked me so much that I screenshotted it. My boyfriend's birthday is next weekend, and we're going to Jamaica for a week. It's my son's time with her dad. When my sister came back upstairs, I acted normal, and she said bye and left. I thought about it a lot, and the more I thought about it, the more mad I got. Why should I be shamed because I don't have to do it alone? How am I comparable to a deadbeat dad like her husband who hasn't seen their son in months with no contact? Here I am doing her a favor, saving her $2,000 a month that she doesn't have at all, to be insulted in a group chat with people I don't know. When she came to get my nephew, I confronted her. At first, she denied it all until I showed her the screenshot. Then she said that it was out of context, so I said, "Show me the full conversation," and she refused. She said sorry, but didn't seem sorry at all. She just wanted to leave. I asked her to explain how I'm a deadbeat, and she broke down in tears saying that she's a single mom since she receives no help and I'm barely a mom, so I don't understand how she feels. I told her to leave and she did. Once she left, I called her and I told her that I wasn't going to be watching my nephew anymore. I didn't want to tell her in person because I know that she will try to guilt trip me with even more tears. She sent me over 50 texts when I wouldn't answer her calls, begging me to answer, and that she's so sorry, and this wasn't supposed to happen, and she regrets it. She said that she needs me to watch him since his other grandmother can't. And that if she gets fired, she'll be out of a job again for months and won't be able to afford her bills. I didn't reply. Now my mom and cousins are all blowing up my phone, telling me that I'm a huge jerk and to change my mind and accept her apology. I feel used and disrespected, but also do feel a bit bad since she does need childcare. Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think?
Not the jerk. This is a classic case of don't bite the hand that feeds you. Now, I also want to point out that OP is not a deadbeat, and it's really gross that her sister is treating her like that. She is doing basically the same thing as the 1 week on, 1 week off, just in month chunks.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, that's a little bit easier for kids because they don't have to like pick up and move from house to house every single week. It's once a month. It sounds like she's a very involved parent, even on her off time. And a lot of courts just mandate 50-50 custody anyway. So, she might have ended up with a similar custody schedule, even if they had gone through a legal avenue.
Yeah, I mean, I think the important thing is that they're spending 50% of the time taking care of the kids here, right? It's not like she's out there not taking care of the kid, period. 1 year on, 1 year off, right? Like, I could understand if it were a little bit more like that, why the sister would feel like she wasn't involved in her kid's life at all. But it's not like, I mean, a month on, a month off is a pretty reasonable period of time. It allows kids to have a full month with their father. They can go and do things. They don't have to plan around special weekends and stuff like that. And, I imagine that the holidays are a little more difficult, but again, like, there are a lot of holidays where, like, you'll have November with Thanksgiving and then, December with Christmas and whatnot. So I imagine they work around that or orchestrated. But I don't think that OP's in the wrong here.
No, and I understand the sister is very frustrated because she's doing it all solo and that she's kind of jealous of OP's situation, but the way she handled the situation is not okay. Like, I understand needing to vent and whatnot, but she's taking her anger out on the wrong person.
Oh,
she's taking her anger out on the person who is helping her. Like, and saying that her sister, who is doing her this massive favor, is worse than the ex who dumped her and has been AWOL,
Yeah, and that's just it. Is like, she really did bite the hand that fed her in this particular case. So I can't blame OP for being upset. I can't blame OP for not wanting to take care of the kid and wanting nothing to do with it. And I understand everyone else's frustration with the situation, but the sister kind of brought this on herself by being mean like this. And
I imagine that they've probably heard her snarking, and like, if they heard that and they didn't put a stop to it, then it's their problem too.
Yeah, I would find out, to be honest. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Elemental Help says, not a jerk, your sister should know better than talk bad about the person offering her free childcare. Not to mention, her criticisms of you obviously are a complete and total lie. How sad for your sister that she thinks so poorly of you. She absolutely is not entitled to your free labor. You did well by drawing a clear boundary and enforcing it. Actions have consequences, and your sister should have considered the potential consequences of her action before disrespecting you so callously. And OP replies, it makes me really sad that she feels that way about me. But everyone is telling me that it's my fault if she gets fired and ends up homeless. I feel so conflicted. It's a lot. I mean, I guess in that respect, OP doesn't have to have a absolute cutoff. She can also say, look, you have X number of amount of time to go find alternate childcare, and
I mean, I think that's fine, but I don't think this does not need to be OP's concern. All those other people who are chastising OP, they can come up with the childcare. I'm sure between all of them, they can either pool together money or find an inexpensive babysitter or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it is OP's problem, but I'm saying if they really feel this guilty, then they can say, I'll take care of your child till the end of this month, and then after that, you need to go and find alternate care.
Yeah, my only concern with that is, like, if once OP backs down, then sister is going to use that again and again and again. I couldn't find someone, and the guilt trip begins anew. So, I mean, I'm not saying OP shouldn't help her sister, but I would be hesitant to let go of that boundary unless OP is comfortable having it trampled again and again and again.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. And TravelCat67 says, not a jerk, how dare your sister? Sure, maybe you shouldn't have touched her phone at all, and when we look at things that we shouldn't, we sometimes get our feelings hurt, and the phone is tantamount to a diary/journal today. However, it was innocent and you weren't going through her phone. She has a lot of nerve to talk badly about you behind your back like that when you have done her such a huge favor. Your arrangement with your ex is none of her business, and if it works for you and your kids, she needs to save the judgment. Don't fold. She made this mess and now she has to deal with it. And OP replies, thank you. She keeps saying that I shouldn't have gone through her phone when I didn't, as it means to justify her talking about me. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for calling my girlfriend's dad a lying coward? This is a big mess. I'm an 18-year-old male and I grew up with Kathy, an 18-year-old female, and our parents are friends. When we started dating though, Kathy's dad asked me to see him privately. I thought this was going to be the dad talk, but it was something worse. He told me that he had an affair with my mom 19 years ago and that I could be their love child, so our relationship could be incestuous. 'Cause, you know, we would be half siblings if that were the case. I was first gobsmacked and then disgusted. I told him that I know he's lying, probably because he's protective of his daughter. There's simply no way my mom would cheat on my dad, just no. And then I called him a coward for not being honest. Told him that he should just tell me that he's unhappy with Kathy's dating me. He insisted that he is telling me the truth, so I just stormed off. Later, I told my girlfriend, who said that she agrees that he's just trying to be overprotective, but that I shouldn't have called him a coward, since now he might resent me and pressure her to end the relationship. Alright folks, what do you think?
I mean, DNA test would be my say, you know. Get one for you, get one for Kathy, and just, you know, double check and make sure you're not related.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably an important bit here, is right? They should make sure that they aren't related, because that could cause a lot of suffering down the line type of thing, right? Mental trauma. And I think that getting tested now is a good idea if there's any doubt at all, right? And I mean, also, I think that maybe OP should talk to their mother and see what her side of the story is.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems like OP is very resistant to the idea, so it depends, like, there could be value in talking to the mom, but it might also be one of those things where OP just wants to wait and get the DNA test, and if everything turns up, oh, we're not related, then just forget about that was ever mentioned, because it's going to be a hard truth if his mom's like, oh yeah, by the way, I totally had an affair.
Yeah.
So depending on how he feels about it, you know, if the DNA results come back and it's like, look, you're siblings, then he and his mom will, he'll have plenty of reason to have that conversation with her and be like, look, mom.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really is up to him what order he wants to do things in, if he wants to know that truth or not.
Yeah. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Arastable says, not the jerk, and your anger is justified. It wasn't his place to reveal your mother's private information. If true, get a DNA test. You need to know the truth. And OP replies, I'll talk to my mom. And Fearless Ad 1685 says, not the jerk, but talk to your mom and get a DNA test. Better to be safe than sorry. And OP replies, okay, I will talk to her. Alright folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a joke.
What do you get when you cross a computer with a duck?
Oh, what do you get when you can cross a computer with a duck? I can tell you exactly what you get when you cross a computer with a duck. I am not delaying answering at all. This is not like a delay tactic. I just know the answer and I want to share it so badly. You get a quacking computer.
A computer that's always down.
That's a bad one. That's a terrible one. That's bad.
I thought it was clever.
It's clever, but it's bad. Bad like a dad joke. And I have Earl Grey. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy terrific Tuesday, spelled T-W-O! Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it on talking about people behind their backs.
It's not very nice.
It is not very nice to talk about people behind their backs badly. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye!